Diego Maradona, a name that evokes awe, admiration, and controversy in equal measure. He was not just a footballer, but a force of nature. His genius on the pitch was undeniable, but his life off it was just as legendary, for better or worse. Today, we'll dive deep into the highs and lows of the man who many consider the greatest footballer of all time. The rise of a legend. Maradona was born in the slums of Villa Fiorito, Argentina, in 1960. From an early age, his talent with a football was obvious. At just 15, he made his professional debut for Argentinos Juniors, and soon after, he was representing Argentina at the international level. In 1982, he joined Barcelona, becoming one of the most expensive players in the world. But it was his move to Napoli in 1984 that cemented his status as a football god. Maradona single-handedly transformed a struggling Napoli side into Serie A champions, winning 2 league titles and a UEFA Cup. He became a symbol of hope for an entire city. Then there was that moment in 1986, the World Cup in Mexico. Against England in the quarterfinal, Maradona scored 2 of the most famous goals in history. The first, the infamous hand of God, where he used his hand to punch the ball into the net. The second, a dazzling solo effort where he dribbled past 5 England players, which is still considered one of the greatest goals ever scored.
En computación.
The hand of God and other controversies.
Certainly it's been true of the England team. Haven't seen that much of Hodge or Trevor Steven. Maradona just walked away from Hoddle then. Maradona. Hodge and Maradona! They're appealing for offside.
The hand of God was a moment that split opinions worldwide. Maradona later admitted he intentionally used his hand, calling it a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. While Argentinians celebrated it as divine intervention, others called it outright cheating. But controversies weren't limited to the pitch. In Naples, Maradona's brilliance was overshadowed by his growing association with the Camorra, the local mafia. He became embroiled in scandals involving drug use and tax evasion. His addiction to cocaine began during his time in Spain and worsened during his stay in Italy. Despite his successes, his off-field problems started taking a toll on his game and his health. The downfall. By the 1990 World Cup, Maradona's decline had started.
When you're passionate about something, you'll do everything that you can to pursue that passion and turn it into something amazing. For some, it becomes an addiction. But if you were suddenly faced with adversity and you couldn't pursue your passion anymore, what would you do in that situation? Would you thrive or would you crumble under the pressure?
While he led Argentina to the final, his performances were nowhere near the magic of 1986. The Naples crowd even turned against him when Argentina knocked Italy out of the tournament in Naples. In 1991, he was handed a 15-month suspension for failing a drug test while playing for Napoli. This marked the beginning of a tumultuous period. He moved to Sevilla, but he was a shadow of his former self. His struggles with drugs, obesity, and erratic behavior made headlines more than his football.
Due to a serious ankle injury, the skipper's will to win remained as strong as ever. Maradona was a shining light and captained Argentina to their second successive FIFA World Cup final.
Redemption and legacy. Despite his flaws, Maradona's genius remained unquestioned.
He was a truly outstanding talent, and the ability he possessed was beyond compare. Born on the 30th of October 1960 in Villa Fiorito, Argentina, Maradona's glittering FIFA World Cup career spanned 12 years and included 8 goals in 21 games. He was supremely gifted and often mesmerized opponents with his quick feet and stunning turn of pace.
He briefly returned to football management and even coached Argentina at the 2010 World Cup. Though his coaching career was unremarkable, his influence on the sport never waned. Off the pitch, Maradona's fiery personality continued to make headlines. From his political alliances with Fidel Castro and Hugo Chavez to his public feuds with FIFA,
Y hoy no choqué.
Un aplauso de nuevo a Diego Armando Maradona, gloria de nuestro deporte, el pibe de oro. Gracias, Raúl.
he remained a polarizing figure until his death in 2020.
Thousands lined in the streets to bid the national hero a final farewell, as a hearse bearing his flag-draped coffin, surrounded by police on motorcycles, drove at high speed through the streets of Buenos Aires this Thursday evening. 25 relatives and people close to Maradona took part in the funeral procession, and he was laid to rest at the cemetery alongside his parents.
His funeral in Buenos Aires was a testament to his impact. Millions of fans poured into the streets, mourning the loss of their hero. To them, Maradona wasn't just a player, he was a symbol of hope, passion, and resilience.
And is Diego the guy? And that one I miss.
Closing. Diego Maradona's life was a tale of extremes, incredible highs and heartbreaking lows. He embodied the beauty and the chaos of football itself. Despite his controversies, his legacy as one of the greatest players to ever grace the game is unshakable. So what do you think of Maradona? Was he the flawed genius we should celebrate, or do his controversies overshadow his achievements? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories about football's most fascinating figures. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.